We got a little bit of a surprise today, everybody. It's Battlefield of Eternity with Chili Mountain against 30k. But if you go through the player list, let's address the sub in a room. We have two for Chili Mountain, and it's Wubby and Breez. Wubby and Breez are subbing in today, and of course a lot of people are like, wait, what? What's just happening? So there was a bit of a problem because Masters Clash, they changed the schedule a little bit and the match order, which meant that some of the players on the side of Chili Mountain couldn't play because they heard about it too late. Initially, they were scheduled to have the first match of the day, which would have been easier for them, but they got pushed back into match slot number 2, and some of the players were not available at that time anymore. So Chili Mountain had to go for a couple of subs, and Breez, he sniffed around some of the Twitch streams just recently and actually had some streams himself, and him and Wubby are subbing in together today for Chili Mountain. So we are in for a highlight. We're in for a little bit of a highlight here. The two back in competitive play. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe if they play a little bit more Heroes of the Storm in the future, we can convince them to form a team for a tournament or two again. Anyways, we have, for now, normal bans out here. I, by the way, don't know how much those guys are playing. I assume that most of the time when we have them in, they've been playing on a couple of Smurfs. I mean, Zelia, for example, has subbed in for some teams just recently over the last, over the season, honestly. And he is playing Heroes of the Storm. He's playing on the Smurf account. So it's not like the guys are not playing at all, but it's going to be pretty fun to see what they can pull off here. Because there's still also the situation in the standings to consider, right? 30k, they still want to have the number 1 slot back, and in order to accomplish that today, they need to win this one with a 3-0. And I would say that against Chili Mountain, that's definitely a possibility, but I have no idea how much of an impact Wubby and Breez are now going to have. Because that is a pretty dangerous duo to go up against, and every single map that 30k loses is a win for the Hardos. The Hardos are currently in the number 1 spot, and they know that they're on borrowed time, because if 30k comes in and takes now the opponent down without losing a map, then they reclaim that pole position. So there's a lot on the line here. Also for Chili Mountain, who are trying to reach the number 4 slot, whereas Team Soundless is currently residing. So we got the Stukov first pick, and we have Hanzo plus Breez on ETC. Alright, we're going immediately old school. Breez is playing his ETC here, which is always fucking terrifying on Battlefield of Eternity, on any map, honestly. And on the other side, Dequaza with Sonya and Dino with his Cassia. Yeah, this is going to be nice. I'm already hyped. I really, really hope this is going to go for a 5-mapper here. But this is more than a bit funny. The Ural ban. Already targeting Wubby here. Just banning Ural out. It's like, yeah, we remember that. Ural top lane, Wubby right, not a good idea. Problem is that he has a few more heroes that he can play. But Wubby gets already targeted in the first game of the series. Hasn't played in a competitive match for months, and now this. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So we have Li Ming banned out, and well, let's see what exactly we're gonna get from the red team. Ultralist still needs his hero. In case you didn't get the news, by the way, he has fixed his internet issues. So apparently, whatever. I mean, the problem was with the provider, and apparently they could provide all of the information now to Ultralisk's provider to solve the problem once and for all. So good for him. He's not going to have those 3-2-3 moments anymore where he has to pause the game. X-Ray on Malfurion, Masquerade on Maze, a lot of CC on their side with the slows and roots that we're getting from the two. And that leaves us with the last double pick on the side of the blue team. And that's, of course, also going to reveal what Wubby is going to play now. What is the Whoopster going to play on Battlefield of Eternity? What are we going to get from him? Are we going to get something along maybe even Blaze? Nah, Rexa! Okay, and Valera! Okay, it's getting wild already. This is the second Valera pick that we are having this weekend, but I gotta admit that the first one was a full-on meme setup, even with the Nova on the team. Now we have a Valera played, and whew! Wubby on Valera? Alright. Not really what I expected here, but it's getting spicy, and it's getting spicy quickly. Not sure what else to tell you. And now that Ultralisk has the last pick, let's see what we have as a 5th for Battlefield of Eternity on the side of 30k. And it's Sylvanas! So guys, with that, we're ready and good to go. Battlefield of Eternity. We have Wubby and Breez against 30k. Chili Mountain against 30k. Let's make it happen. Game number 1 of the best of 5. Game number 1. Let's go. This is going to be nice. We have on the left side Chili Mountain with Make on Rexa, Swamgrota on Stukov, Wubby on Valera, Azerite on Hanzo, and Breez on ETC. The 2 sub players for the reasons mentioned during the draft. On the right side of the map, 30k, ladies and gentlemen, with X-Ray on Malfurion, Ultralisk on Sylvana, Stay Quasar on Sonya, Dino is playing Cassia, and we got Masquerade on Mei. Awesome. So let's go and have a bit of a look here. Who's going to take it? Now, Valera, we're going to keep an eye on her. Crippling Poison on level 1. The 5-man at the bottom of the map. Breeze already sitting straight in the bush. Dino. Let's go double check that. There's the slide. And there's the kill. And I have no idea what Dino was thinking here. But, I mean, that was a pretty dumb idea. I'm a Dino fan, but I have no idea what he was thinking. I mean, seriously? You're just going to sit there far out with Mei just being on the side, nobody else. You have no vision, no information about the opponent's team, and you know that Breeze is playing ETC. Yeah, if that's going to be the theme of the game, then you're in for a tough ride, my friend. So that's an early kill for Chili Mountain. Breeze just says, hello boys, I'm still here and I still got it. Sets the kill up and it's an easy one. But Ultralisk nearly with the kill against Azerite, so good for him. They're definitely not rolling over and just simply playing dead here. But I still can't believe that that Dino thought that he can get away with that. Alright. Anyways, now that we have the teams slowly starting to just like calm down a little bit here at the bottom of the map, it seems like the first thing that's going to happen is the battle over the Khaldor camp. So let's go and see who can take that. All of the heroes are rotating down, by the way. Sonya's a bit late though, which means that the blue team is able to lock this in early. Misha pays the price, but still, that's a Khaldor camp in the hands of Chili Mountain, so good for them. And let's go. Already the redemption right here. We get the 8 stacks in the meantime for our girl Cassia. Wubby is up at the top, and he's going to double check what Sonya is doing. So yep, scouting this one out, and they're rotating over too. So this is exactly the kind of rotations that you would also see in pretty much most of the top games right now, and also back in the days of HGC, of course. You're always aiming for both of the camps if you can. And with Breeze sliding in, Masquerade is shutting him down quickly, and this is a nice battle at the front line too. Masquerade is right now hands down one of the best tanks that we have in Heroes of the Storm, but of course he's going up against Breeze, who had years in HGC to make a name for himself, and is just an absolute freaking monster on every hero that he plays. Make, by the way, going for the animal husbandry. Alright. So apparently he hasn't looked at the marriage stacks. I mean, a lot of those couples get divorced lately. And we had Blade just the other day going for the animal husbandry. And oh boy, that marriage didn't last very long. No, that was a pretty bad husband apparently. Because after just a couple of minutes, that was over. No value whatsoever out of the level 4. Yeah, now they're going to try and set this up properly though, so we'll see if that works. But the first objective is about to spawn, and that is where the real party starts. Both of the teams are on level 5, nobody has a big lead or anything. But we have, of course, a couple of heroes that can now chip in the extra damage. Masquerade! And there's always the threat of a Misha stun and then an ETC follow-up. But Breeze wasn't there yet. It's pony time. Okay, let's go. No slide yet, just playing around a little bit. X-Ray sitting tight. Breeze sliding back out and might be in trouble here because the slow is ready. Breeze gets put into a corner. Moo! There it is. That's the kill against ETC. It ain't easy being Breezy, so he's down, and that's the halftime show, locked down by the team as well. A little bit later than expected over here. I mean, actually, they are not able to lock it in. Blue team is sitting at the side, and they're just like, wait a second. So yeah, there's a few more hits in. As already the kill against Hanzo team. That's a reset on the stacks on level 1, of course, too. And they are trying to go for it. It looked for a long time as if the blue team would lock this in easily, but now it turns against them completely. Sonya is the one still slamming away on the right side. 1 kill against 2. 15 stacks for Cassia by now. And off we go. Left side, there it is. And bam. 2 kills to 1. Nicely done. And Make all the way up at the top doing his thing. Pushing this out, still waiting, of course, to get a bit more value out of his level 4 talent choice, but the objective, someone has to deal with it, and the entire 4-man is sitting at the bot lane, as Valeera is still hoping to get some damage in against Sonya, I assume, but they're both now rotating down to the bottom to help the rest of the team out. And it's desperately needed, because that Immortal is, if they are not doing anything about it, gonna wreck all of this with the help of Sylvanas. And Sylph is chipping in as we speak. So they're trying to control Wubby best they can. And the Whoopstar with his Valeera hasn't really had the impact yet that he's probably hoping for. Especially X-Ray needs to be careful with his positioning, or he's going to be the first one to fall whenever Wubby can move in. Once again, Wubby, of course, riding the money pig in style. All the good heroes of the Storm players do. Coincidence? I don't think so. So now, first photo is falling, and that's 30k with a big step towards the first potential map win. As I mentioned before, if they want to take the #1 spot back, they have to win this with a 3-0. And it's not going to be easy against this team. Against Chili Mountain with 2 fantastic sub players, that's definitely going to be a bit tough. Winning the series, that's one thing. Taking it without losing a single map, that's quite the challenge. So now we have 13,000 damage for Sylvanas, we got 7,000 for Hanzo, and topside, Wubby is already making his way straight up to the next camp, checking this one out. Bottom of the map, of course, the camp has already been taken by the red team. They're starting to rotate 2 towards the top in the hopes of contesting this. Might be a bit late to the party though, but Hanzo is also not here. We don't have heroics yet, and they're falling back at least for now. Here's the lurking arm already from Stukov, and it gets stolen away. The camp taken by 30k. Nicely done. Great job. Okay. And with that, they are falling farther and farther behind. It's an entire level lead that we're talking about now for 30k. So good job, nicely played, at least up to this point. Breez at the front, once again with ETC, slides back out. No danger, at least in this situation, but the result is the same. They're losing the towers. Sylvanas is pushing even further, and 30k is still applying the pressure. They're not giving them any wiggle room. They have no space to work with right now. 30k is just pressuring, and they're playing around the early level 10, of course, too. They're trying to get the experience so that they can use the rogue abilities to just simply move in and get some kills. The fort is down, and they are ruthless in the way that they are applying pressure here on the map. And with great results. 30k, they have zero respect here. They are not intimidated even a little bit. And like, Breez, Wubby, who? Who are you talking about? We don't give a shit. You're gonna lose. We're gonna take you down. Easy peasy. Yeah, the old-timers over here. It's a new day in Heroes of the Storm. We're gonna show you old-timers how it's done. Full-on boomer style. So, level 10 is in. 3 kills to 1. And with level 10 abilities just around the corner, Chili Mountain can turn it. And let's keep an eye on Breez, of course, as well. ETC with his ult. Can he have the impact here that they need? And what about Wubby? Can he get those kills? So far, he wasn't really in a position where he was able to do a whole lot, but he's going to try and lock down Sylvanas and Malfurion, and it's going to happen eventually. Here come the ults, and immediately we got the mosh pit. Mosh pit in. There's the wall set up already. Yeah, but everybody is still easily moving out. So everybody is still safe. Sonya is now rotating over. It would have been a 5 versus 4. They evaded this from happening. We got the smoke bomb on level 10. Of course, the Dragon's Arrow is also in. And now the opportunity maybe to get some damage out. Wubby trying to get some damage in against the Immortal as they move towards the top to help the rest of the team. Breez gets attacked. The spear connects. He has the arrow into the back line. Nice trade from May though. And here comes the Wailing Arrow as well as a follow-up. And everybody retreating back out. Wubby still playing around it here. 3 kills to 1. But the Immortal is low. And it's really low. Currently 30k, they are rocking this, but Cassia is in trouble. Cassia is low, and she makes it out. Cassia escapes, barely with any hit points, but that still doesn't matter. She's not down. So they keep her alive, and now the Immortal is wide open. 30k, they lock it down, and that is a big shield on the Immortal. Fantastic setup right here from 30k to push through the top of the map in an attempt to take the first keep of the game. Really, really good setup. Valeera with 2,200 damage. That's nothing. Lowest damage output in the game at this point. A lot of siege damage on the other hand compared to others. So yeah, she was going for more of the camps. But when it comes to hero snipes, she is way behind right now. And they are struggling. Especially with the Sonya and Sylvanas setup on the other side, there is just continuous pressure against these walls. And of course that Immortal is an absolute monster. We're only 9.5 minutes into the game, but it could be the end of the first keep. the blue team is suffering a lot. Here comes the wall. They're trying to set this up. Breez is already down to 50% HP. Swamkarota on the move back as well. And they are just, again, they can't do anything here. They're getting pressured time and time again. And every single time they're trying to move in here, they have to retreat with 50% HP. They're losing hit points way too quickly. And they're just in no position where they can turn this and try to be aggressive. Breez is getting some damage in. He has the arrow. Valera is coming in, trying to go for the kill. Dino is already low. And he survives again. Dino is alive. Hanzo made it out. This is getting crazy. There's the mosh pit. The immediate burn against ETC, and he dies, and Quasar doesn't give a shit and slides away. Spins out of the fight, and that is game number 1. ETC, he sacrificed himself. They couldn't even get the Sonya kill. 7 kills to 1, level 13 to 11, 10 minutes in, and 30k is in the lead against Chili Mountain. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Game number 2, Sky Temple. Yeah, the quick lead for 30k. That was a fast game. Not a good look for Chili Mountain, let's be honest about it. They got a bit farmed there. The setup and the idea that they had didn't work out outside of the kill that they got right at the beginning of the game, where Dino thought he could get a bit too cheeky. So now we are looking at an advantage for the team in red. And it's going to be interesting to see what the blue team is going to pull off now to react to this. Wubby and Breez, they couldn't really do a whole lot in the last game. Wubby himself never really got into a position where he could really play Valera to an extent where she had an impact or even a kill. Breez was pulling off a mosh pit towards the end in an attempt to at least make sure that they get the kill against Sonya. Not even that worked out. So yeah, that was a problem. But anyways, we'll see what happens on Sky Temple now. First pick, first ban for Chili Mountain, which means that the map was chosen by 30k. And yeah, this will be interesting. A couple of the picks also were a little bit out of meta. ETC doesn't get played these days all that much anymore. Breez, of course, still trying to make it happen. And honestly, Battlefield of Eternity is a good map for ETC in general. I mean, the idea is always that you can stun and push someone into the stun circles of the Immortal, but they had just no control there. And one of the things that 30k punished hard was the fact that ETC is a bit more on the squishy side compared to other tanks that have more survivability right now. So they were able to definitely pressure him a lot. Now, an early pick into D.Va. Hogger and Sonya have both been banned out, so we got D.Va for Wubby and the side lane, and let's see how exactly 30k reacts here. I also want to highlight that Medivh is open and has been open for most of these games lately. And it's always one of the things that you should keep in the back of your head. Medivh goes through waves a little bit, he gets picked a lot, then everybody bans him out, then people are easing slowly on the ban pattern and nobody's really interested, and then all of a sudden he's back in business where teams are playing around Medivh a lot more. And that could happen at any point again. It depends a bit also on what your opponent is drafting. If there's a lot of portal controls set up for the other side, then picking Medivh into that is obviously tricky. But yeah. For now, we got Anubarak for Breez and Swamkarota on Stukov. So with that, we have Anubarak with the quick stun and Stukov then with the follow-up on the lurking arm. And that's not too bad either. I mean, Breez always with a love bug skin on Anubarak, so another hero that he really enjoys. I mean, I would say like the top 3 of heroes that he really likes to play, not necessarily the ones where he's the best at, but the ones that he likes to play. Definitely Anubarak with a beetle skin, as I said, the love bug, Diablo with the toxic skin, and ETC. Abathur gets banned. Don't blame them for that, not even a little bit, so yeah. And, well, let's have a bit of a look here. What's the last ban against them? They're banning out Zeratul. Yeah, Masquerade, he is another one to keep an eye out for. What are they coming off? They got Brightwing already for a little bit of global action. That's going to be quite helpful. They have the Polymorph, so whenever there is any kind of like X-Factor pick on the side of Chili Mountain, they can react to that a little bit and try to play that out. But here comes the double pick. Ultralisk, Masquerade, Varian and Kerrigan. Okay. Varian and Kerrigan. The Polybomb after the oh, that's a lot of stuns. That's a lot of stuns. And Dino again on Cassia for the second time now. When he gets a chance to play Cassia, he's going to play Cassia. And that is a sexy setup. That is real solid. Now Ultralisk could also chip in with Maiev if they really want to go full YOLO on the front line and full on aggression with Varian, Karrigan and Maiev. You would have so much control that's kind of scary. Probably a little bit counterproductive too. But here comes the Medivh pick, told you! Medivh and Sylvanas. Now Medivh is definitely going to be a sore thumb in the setup of 30k. Because Varian, Karrigan, they want to have their stuns out. Medivh will have to play around the shield a lot. He needs to be really careful. It's not only the portal to help people escape, but also get the shield in whenever the stun combos are hitting. And with all of that, Marco also needs to be careful that he doesn't get taken out himself before he completes his stacks. Ultralisk on Dehaka, even more global. So you have 2 globals on their side with Dehaka and Brightwing. And of course the isolation after level 10. Yeah, nice setup. Game number 2. So let's have a look if this time Chili Mountain can turn it around and if Breez and Wubby are warmed up. 30k, they want the second win. Let's see what happens. Sky Temple, map number 2. Game number 2, Sky Temple. Macke on Medivh for the blue team. Chili Mountain trying to bring it back here. Wubby on D.Va, Breez on Nubarak, the 2 sub-players today. Svamkrota on Stukov and Azerite playing Sylvanas in our game. On the right side of the map, X-Ray on Brightwing. We've got Ultralisk on Karrigan, Masquerade on Varian, Dainu on Cassia once more, and Dayquaza on Dehaka. Okay, let's get this show on the road and see what our boys can do this time. Map number 1, maybe a little bit of warm-up. We'll see, time will tell. But it's not necessarily going to be easy to bring this back. The first game was an absolute beatdown. 30k established dominance. But here with Sylvanas, they have a slight push. Breez is already waiting for the rotation, slow it down a little bit, and they're falling back as they get the information that some of the heroes are rotating over. So nicely done. That's 50% damage on the first tower. Good for them. But of course they need to be really careful around the killer composition. That's the most important part now. There's a huge amount of CC on the side of 30k. If you have Varian taunts into Karrigan combos, that's always terrifying. And we'll see what they can do here. Because that is going to be the name of the game. Trying to just get the combo, the insta CC in, and just lock them down 6 days to Sunday. So, yeah, Wubby at the top, playing it out against Dayquaza, at least for now. There's, of course, also globals that we have to talk about a bit as the game continues. But Wubby already gets body blocked here at the top a little bit. So, yeah, that doesn't really look too good for him. D.Va is already on the run, and there's the portal. Fucking Medivh, seriously. I mean, is there any hero in the game that pisses you off as Medivh does? You think you're working for a kill, everything is looking good, and then Medivh comes in and ruins the day. It's unbelievable. Macke is just like flying topside, like, fly like an eagle. And there's the portal. 30k got all excited. They're just like, oh my god! We might get the kill. And then the bird is there. But yeah, so far not a single kill in the game. Sylvanas is already playing around the camp now, trying to take that down. Wubby is helping out. Masquerade is sniffing this out though. But he will need some assistance if he really wants to make a play for it. Yeah, Dehaka could tunnel in. That wouldn't really be a problem for them if they have a bit more time to get maybe Karrigan over onto the other side of the map after they take their camp. But they're not making such an aggressive move. No, no, no. They're moving away from this. So, yeah. Either way, with all of that said, we got our taunt in, so the level 4 talents have now dropped. On top of that, we got the Shed Exoskeleton, so we're going full on Carapace. Medivh trying to stack it up a little bit more, all the way up at the top. Dayquaza and Ultralisk looking for connects and kills. And it's just a pretty relaxed early game. I mean, nobody is really making any super aggressive moves. It's all about the camps, waiting for the temple to pop up. Has been announced now. A little bit of early Sylvanas aggression, as you normally see with the combo on her side. But once that the temples are spawning, then of course the real story is going to begin here. And yep, let's find out what Dino, X-Ray and the boys can do here against the old-timers. Svamkrota and Azerite now up at the top. And Breez, yeah, Masquerade is already sitting at the side. There's not enough damage just now to take them down, but it's an even split on temples, at least for now. But it seems that the Haka is at least trying to get something done at the top. Alright, good job by Dayquaza. Paddling out on this one. Yeah, and he's no baby Houdini, is he now? No, 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 no. Baby Houdini would have hit that drag. He might have lost the game, but he would have connected that drag easy peasy, and you all know it. That man just has the skills. Brightwing is down at the bottom of the map, playing the globally, of course, and trying to get the extra experience for the team. Topside is completely abandoned, but the early level 7 talents are now kicking on for both of the teams. A little bit faster for 30k as they take control over the middle. And Sylvanas is attempting to help the push at the top so that they can take the fort down completely. And honestly, that's going to be the case. A few more shots are being fired right now, and that is the first fort destroyed. In the mid lane, not quite as much damage. Weren't able to take the entire thing apart. We still don't have a single kill in the game. With level 7, we now have the subterranean shield for Nubarak, so whenever he dives in, he's going to be a little bit safer on that end. And the next objective is, of course, going to be the single temple at the bottom of the map. And that's where we are, at the latest, going to see the first big fight. The boss is also going to spawn in another 40 seconds. Something to keep in mind. And here comes the cavalry. I try to go for the slow on the combo, but the blue team is easily moving away from it, and Wubby is sitting at the side and could use the boosters to just push them out a bit. 11 stacks now. An invade attempt by the blue team. They definitely want to have that fight right now. Moving in. There's the taunt against Breez. And yeah, nothing just happening there yet. No follow-up. Dehaka didn't tunnel in yet either. So they're trying to keep him at the top lane for as long as possible. But here comes the explosion. D.Va creates some space. Dehaka comes in, hits the trap. The shield is out. Medivh with the protect. And Kerrigan jumping back in as they're all going YOLO straight in for the fight. Breez is maybe a bit exposed. There's the attack again. And Nubarak dives away. They all make it out. They came in, took the camp, stole the siege giants, and then they made it out without losing anybody. We're 5 minutes into the game and still haven't seen a single kill. 11 stacks for Medivh. So, yeah, Make, he's not going to set a new record here on his baseline, but he is getting them together slowly but steadily. Make is still sitting up all the way up at the top. And down to the bottom of the map, the second temple phase is being announced. And this is where the real party starts. This is all about level 10 too. And of course, Dehaka is going to stay at the top until he gets that. Wubby is here as well. And they are slightly behind. Can't get the connect, and therefore Varian is moving away. Kerrigan is moving away. And here come the level 10 abilities. So first we got the ley line out. No surprises there. Pretty much just your normal setup for them. And on top of this, we now get the isolation for Dehaka. That doesn't come as a shock. Oh, there's the push already against Masquerade. Svamgrota, he doesn't like that flank, not even a little bit. Azerite, they all make it out just before the CC hits hard. Nice. They're getting some of the shots fired, and then they're able to push the bot lane even further with the Siege Giants, and now they're re-engaging again. Wubby is still sitting in the mid lane, so he hasn't committed to anything yet, trying to escort another minion wave out. And yeah, so far the red team, they're really having them on their toes, don't they? Because there's so much CC and so much aggression. You know exactly that if you at some point get hit by the stuns, you are going to be down for a while. So what the blue team is apparently trying to do is play around them a bit and not engage into any direct fights just yet. Yeah, Dequaza here is trying to buy a little bit of time. Masquerade is now moving around here too, always looking for some kind of side engage so that he can get that taunt in. But yeah, Azerite at the top, and ring around the Rosie with the Bruiser camp. In the same time, they're going for Breez again down here. Ultralisk has been fired out. Ultralisk with the Ultralisk, it's always fitting. I appreciate that people are talking about synergy, but I mean, he's taking it to the next level. There's the ley line. Make, the stun combo doesn't connect, but here comes the rest of the team. Sylvanas is on the way. Dehaka is at the top. Ultralisk gets attacked. Cocoon is out, and Kerrigan is dead. Kerrigan is dead, Brightwing is dead. It's a triple, baby. They get 2 easy kills, and they follow up with another one on Dinu. 3 kills as Chili Mountain drops their targets and make the play for the boss immediately. Another quick look. Check this one out. Kerrigan, the first one to get attacked. They're completely locking her out. The isolation on Cassia with a cocoon. And after they get Kerrigan and Brightwing eliminated, they went for the triple kill. And that allows them to go for the boss. 3 kills to 0. Boss taken. And there is momentum now in the hands of Chili Mountain. They're moving through the mid lane. The virulent reaction is now in. Good taunt though into the combo. Nicely done. But the lurking arm is ready, and Azerite is able to make his way out of the fight. Bottom of the map, still the boss pushing, and up at the top, the Haka is dealing with the camp that was taken previously. Okay, and here we go. 3 kills to 0. Level 13 talents now also for Breez, who went into the acid-drenched mandibles right here. Bottom of the map, Kerrigan trying to deal with the boss, but the fort is likely to fall. And every single bit of damage that you can push onto the structures without the help of the objective is, of course, fantastic. So that boss, huge value. But also a bit of counter pressure in the middle, as Masquerade is just simply going for the fort, destroying this one. But their double temple control that we now see for Chili Mountain is not going to last long. There is going to be a play eventually by a 30k for one of them, but that's at least a couple of free shots that they're getting. Wubby is now moving away from the top lane, but that's still half of... that's a quarter of the shots being fired here. And another camp is taken too. Oh, if they can lock out Ultralist down here, then he's toast. But that's a double camp that is now pushing in. At the top, Dino is trying to do the same and at least take the wall down. But X-Ray is already Hearthstoning back. They're realizing that they're going to be in deep shit at the bot lane if they don't take care of this. With all the forts already gone, Chili Mountain is really putting the pressure on the keeps. But then again, there's the stun. Full-on setup with the CC. The shield of Medivh. And the kill against Sylvanas comes through anyways. Yep, that is nicely done. This is the first kill for 30k against Chili Mountain here on Sky Temple. But as mentioned before, they're far behind right now on structures. Well, far behind is maybe exaggerating it a little bit, but the entire keep down here is exposed, and there's even more damage that was done. But, of course, as you can see, the last fort for Chili Mountain is now also getting destroyed at the bottom left of the map, though it's not like 30k hasn't done any damage or anything. But, yep, there we go. Top lane pressure, already there. There's still half a level of a lead for Chili Mountain that could result in an early level 16, and maybe a bit of a play around that too. Keep in mind that Medivh is still not done with his stacks. I mean, it's not even close. He's sitting at 17 right now. Yeah, and off we go. Ultralisk completing the quest. 28 stacks for Cassia. The attack against Varian. Masquerade, body block. Brightwing moving in with a quick help. X-Ray has to make his way out here, though. And he's trying to go for follow-up. Leyline. They're going for Wubby. And the Whoopster makes it out. Thanks to Macke, who provides the shield and the portal immediately. Breez also on the way back to safety. But they still have to deal with Masquerade, who comes in with another taunt against Stukov. But thanks to the Cocoon, Ultralisk can't follow up on the taunt, and that saves the Admiral. Nice. Good job. Yeah, it's getting spicy. Epicenter is now in for Nubarak. We also got the Will of the Forsaken for Sylvanas, so that's going to be great for... I mean, anything that gives you unstoppable frames when you're going up against a lineup that has this much CC is just a godsend. So they're going to be very, very happy about that. Sylvanas is going to have a much safer setup here. The level 16 is going to hit any second now also for 30k. And with that, we are again on an even playing field between the two. The elongated tongue is in. The Critterize has been taken. Boss, by the way, should be up soon, TM. A minute, a little bit longer than I actually thought. We're only 12 minutes into the game. But here comes the single temple, and the blue team is holding it for now. And they're starting to pressure Masquerade. 30k had an incredible first game, and they just wiped the floor with Chili Mountain. And maybe they were a little bit too optimistic heading into map number 2. Right now, they are not far behind, but they're definitely not the team that is making the moves here. It's honestly Chili Mountain that's in the driver's seat, and 30k is trying to bring it back, and this is a nice setup to make that happen. Good stun, but Wubby reacts right away and creates space for the team by setting the bomb up on D.Va. There's the ley line. They're going for the retreat again. Also have to eventually deal with the top lane, of course, where there's still a camp that is pushing through, and with the Bruisers making their way over towards the gate and the wall, Azerite is ready to intercept it and take it down. Camps are being stolen at the bottom now. And it's still anybody's game to win. I mean, 30k, you can really tell that they still feel, okay, we got this, boys. 16 seconds on the boss, so one camp taken. Second one gets attacked. Yeah. And they're trying. They haven't gotten a lot of kills, but you can imagine what happens if they get just a small kill chain and can chase some of them down. And Cassia is also still stacking. Not incredibly fast or anything, but as the game continues, her damage output is going to be nice. There's the taunt, and that is the end of Wubby. No way. Yeah, he dies. He dies. But oh boy, She made it through the portal somehow, and the damage followed her. Now we have a double camp at the bottom of the map, and this is going to be the moment where the red team is going to look for a bit of a fight. They know that they have a 5 versus 4 now. But the boss is up, so they can go for it. They don't even have to go to the bot lane. Instead, they're just making a play for boss. Breez knows fully well what's going on here, but he can't do anything about it, so they just simply have to accept it. Maybe Medivh, but honestly, the days where you could just simply set a ley line up and steal something like a boss camp away are kind of gone. If that works against 30k, that would be quite the meme. So he's not even trying. He doesn't want to die here. He doesn't want to lose the stack. So the boss gets taken, and all of this just happened on the back of one kill that they got. Their kill against Wubby, against D.Va. And now at the bottom of the map, after the Siege Giants have already done a little bit of damage, the boss is moving in just as the temples are activating. Yeah. And Masquerade is waiting again. I mean, Vision's always there. With Medivh flying around, Vision is always there. There's the drag again against Wubby. They're trying to turn it now, though, against Breez. The shield is out. Both of them are already a little bit low. There's the ley line, and he gets hit by the boss. Wubby makes it through the gate, and that attack is on. They take the wall down, and they were hoping for a kill. Something they just couldn't get. But still. Now with the temples ready, they're trying to get a little bit closer. And of course, the big problem for Chili Mountain is that level 20. That is just incredibly close. With the Haka and Brightwing, you can technically try and get some heroes onto the side lanes to soak the experience until you have your Storm Talents and then engage into the battle. So that's what they're going to try here. Top side, the Haka is already claiming it. The rest of the team is just waiting. They're waiting for the Storm Talents, and the question is only how Chili Mountain will react once that hits. Because that's a huge power spike that you get on level 20. And they have it. There it is. Brightwing with the invisible friends. The only kind of friends that Brightwing has. And here comes the Vigilance. They're trying to go for Azerite. Nice moves from Swamgrota, shutting down the aggression quickly with the Lurking Arm, but the taunt comes in. Yeah, Stukov once again on the ready. But the shots are being fired. And the shots are hitting the keep at the top lane, and the shots are hitting the keep down at the bottom of the map. And this one is nearly down. The one at the top is also nearly destroyed, so both of them haven't fallen yet, but you can see that 30k is making a move now. The level 20 is finally there for Chili Mountain. Masquerade is realizing that he doesn't have the damage output to take this. Brightwing jumped in to help out. Dequaza is low. Cocoon already on Cassia. There's the ley line. The explosion! The kill against Brightwing. Brightwing is down. The Fruit Fly eliminated. The drag on Medivh. He's dead. And that is all of his stacks gone. Cassia is down. They are killing everyone right now. With only 2 heroes left for 30k, that's a huge opportunity for Chili Mountain to make some plays. Masquerade is also dead, and that is a move straight through the mid lane now for Chili Mountain. Big fight in the last one as they're going for the keep. As we speak, Brightwing was the first one to fall. Medivh died for all of this, but that was definitely a worthy trade. Now that the keep is down, they're making their way straight towards the core, and oh boy, Chili Mountain, they are looking to win this. Dehaka is the only survivor here. Everybody else is down for at least another 15 seconds, and that's a win right here, right now for Chili Mountain. They are tying the series up, the best of 5. We're going to head into game number 3 with a 1-1 score between the two teams as Chili Mountain locks in the victory on Sky Temple against 30k. Okay, things are getting interesting, everybody. Infernal Shrines is our 3rd map, and Chili Mountain just took a map. Nicely done. So 30k, they need to win this. Of course, want to gap CM a little bit if they can, but if they just win the series, lock in the number 1 spot, they're going to be happy about all of that. At this point, it's going to be a little bit more tricky. Game number 1 was a total blowout, and the red team just blew them off the map within 10 minutes. But game number 2 definitely showed that the blue team can play Heroes of the Storm. They played a little bit slower, made really good decisions around bosses, and won the decisive team fights. That's all that they needed there. And with that, we're now looking at a setup where one of the two teams is going to pull ahead in this best of 5. We're still at the 12th Playday of the Masters Clash. And of course, this is still about the offline final. There is an offline final in Paris that was pretty much confirmed already. And well, with that, We have on the 10th and 11th of July a final in Paris that all of the teams want to attend here. So for a lot of them, it's not only about the prize pool, which is now beyond even 10,000 euros. I think 10,000 euros are guaranteed, and on top of that, if I'm not mistaken, we also have the crowdfunding that was initiated by the Masters Clash. But yeah, just meeting everybody once again and being able to just, like, you know, shoot the shit a little bit with the people that you hang out on a daily basis, not only in Nexus but also in Discord, and have fun with, is something that's pretty big with most of the players, so they really want to go there. We have more information, by the way, on mastersclash.eu. You can also simply use Google for Masters Clash Europe and Heroes of the Storm. You're going to find the website, and there's additional information listed about checking it out and other stuff. But yeah, so we got Sonya as our first pick, and on the left side, Cassia and Stukov locked in early. The ban on Hogger, not a surprise here. I love that Diablo gets banned against Breez. Diablo is, of course, a great hero on Infernal Shrines, but I like that they are not even hesitating for a moment to ban out Breez's Diablo and just saying, like, yeah, that's not happening, sorry. Especially considering that they are planning to pick Medivh, so a Diablo would have been a nice pick for them too. But they don't want to give Breez the opportunity here, so no ley line into Apocalypse or anything. And yeah, with that, what are we getting? What do you ban against this? I mean, Frontline, Mei has been banned a couple of times since she was also taken all that often. Ah, Vala. I gotta admit, I didn't see that one coming. I mean, don't get me wrong, with Medivh and Malfurion, she's not a bad pick by any means, and would have been a good setup. Dino has also played a lot of Vala, so that's a decent ban. But I did not really have her on my list right now. Vala on Infernal Shrines with the multi-shot setup is always kind of neat, and is pretty good. But yeah, by now we also got our last pick, or last ban, sorry, for the red team. They're banning Anubarak out. So they're trying to target Breez a little bit with their ban pattern. They not only ban Diablo, but they also ban Anubarak, so both of them are already gone. That's nice. With Stukov, of course, you still want to tease Stukov's lurking arm up, if you can. If not, then he's still great to control the choke points, especially around the shrines. So he's always neat for that, for the zone control when it comes to it. But if you're looking also for isolated kills, you want to follow up. There's Urel, the space goat for Wubby. She was banned in game number 1, which was kind of funny. And now there it is, the Urel pick and Garrosh. Breez with Garrosh, Wubby on Urel. I don't know, it just makes me happy to see the two in the game here. That's kind of awesome. It would be cool. I can understand that they're not really committing to a big league. That's a huge commitment if you make it. But it would be nice to have them in a few future tournaments. Maybe even another Meta Madness. We'll see. Melgan is on the other side, and Orphea, so Coffin Girl is in. And that leaves us with the last pick to round all of this up. Infernal Shrines, our third map. And Make, he's the one who could still pick here. Back in the days I would have said, okay, that's a Mephisto pick for sure. Might still be. Played a lot of Falstad lately on the map. Played a lot of Mephisto, of course, whenever he can on Infernal Shrines. Well, Sky Foundry is another map where he sometimes puts him into play. But what's it going to be today? It is Falstad, the birdie. Okay. Infernal Shrines, guys. Game number 3 in the best of 5. So let's see which team takes the lead here in the Heroes of the Storm match on the 12th Playday of the Masters Clash. Game number 3. Time to see who's gonna pull ahead in this series. On the left side, we got Maka on Falstad, Wubby on Urel, Svamkrota on Stukov, Azerite is playing Cassia, and Breez on Garrosh. Yeah, the two sub players today for Chili Mountain. On the right side of the map, we got Ultralisk on Medivh for 30k. We got X-Ray on Malfurion, Dino on Orphea, Dequaza on Sonya, and Masquerade is playing Melganis in game number 3 of the series here. So, let's see what the blue team can pull off this time. They definitely had a really good performance on Sky Temple. Me likey. But what can they do here on map number 3? Is it going to be a repetition of game number 2 or game number 1? Yeah, with the early kill against Cassia, that was a fast one. So, it seems like Cassia dying very early in the game is a bit of a theme. The same happened on the first map when Breez locked Dino down and obliterated him within seconds, and now it's pretty much a turnaround. So 30k is replying in kind. 3 stacks for Marke. Sorry, for Ultralisk, goodness Medivh. It's actually a nice interplay too, considering that on the last map we had Marke play Medivh. So now we have the 2 Medivh players in Europe here going up against each other. The birdie coming in, and there's the kill being set up, and that's how you tag Team Sonya. But of course they still need to make it out of the fight. Wubby's immediately jumping in. The Space Goat is ready. Yeah, and maybe, just maybe, Wubby will have to sacrifice himself here. Breez was thinking about helping out, but both of them are now put into a corner. Urel gets killed mid-jump. And that was a nice reaction from 30k. So they lost Sonya, but they were able to get the counter kill. The problem is it comes at a cost. The bot lane is suffering damage now because Azerite has all the time in the world. So, yeah. Azerite is starting to help out with the camp. 1 kill against 2. And everyone on the red team is now moving down to the bottom of the map. 30k already sitting tight over here, looking for the neutral camp to be taken. They haven't taken their own yet. Coffin Girl is, of course, ready for some extra damage. Sonya has to deal with the birdie up at the top as Marke is pushing this out. And he's going to focus on the side lanes whenever he can. Cassia, by the way, doesn't have a single stack yet. Just saying. Azerite has not hit a single stack yet. In the early game, when we had the brawl in the mid lane, he died pretty quickly. And then up at the top, he couldn't connect one there either. So that's going to change. But for now, at least, he's still at a big fat 0. The level 4 talents are kicking in. And after the bottom camp was taken by 30k, they now also locked in their own, which travels to the mid lane as we speak. In another 10 seconds, the first objective is going to be called out towards the top side. And that's exactly where we have those shaman camps moving in again as Wubby, Marke and Svampgrotta are tripling up on the camp. Also to make sure that nobody's invading that. There's not going to be that nasty Medivh portal that all of a sudden comes out of nowhere and threatens your camp. So on the right side, let's go. Dequaza, X-Ray and Dino sitting tight. Yeah, everybody else already being here and straight in the middle. Hand of Freedom for Wubby. And he has the Dauntless as well on his level 1. It's up to the Whoops that bring Urel back. I mean, we don't get a lot of Urel plays these days. But it's kind of cool to see him on that hero again. And it just gets... It's so much funnier because they banned him in game number 1. I mean, just like the simply insta-ban against Urel whenever you see Wubby on the other side of the team. But, of course, now he has to live up to the expectations, right? We have 10 stacks on Medivh. He has more stacks than Cassia. Falstad has traveled down to the bottom of the map. I mean, he's always going to push the side lane whenever he can. It's like the name of the game right now. We're trying to escort the waves in. You're trying to do some structural damage. Seems like the blue team is also thinking about just simply giving the first objective up completely. And we... Dude. Not like this. Stacks gone. Yeah, I don't think he expected Wubby to just come up from the top here. So Marke and his boys, they get the kill. I still want to highlight the choice on level 7. So he went into the boomerang. Again, this is not the old school boomerang. One of the last patches, the old boomerang was made baseline, and now a secret weapon is a very common pick on level 7 if you're trying to play side lane Falstad, because he's always guaranteed to get those extra hit in when he attacks structures. That can help you with the auto attack damage against structures quite nicely. But in this case, we get Boomerang for him. Marke flying up at the top and playing this out. And I guess that Ultralisk is a little bit annoyed right now. Ultralisk has to stack it up again. To be fair, it's not like he had a lot of stacks, but he had 11. That's not nothing. That's like a quarter of your quest completed. So right now, the first Punisher hasn't really gotten them a whole lot of value. I mean, check it out. The Punisher did that bit of damage, right? So that's all that they got. At the bottom of the map, in the meantime, we have pretty much more damage done here. So the objective hasn't really done a whole lot. And on top of it, Medivh died too. So that makes matters even worse. So despite the fact that the red team won the objective, they have fallen behind a little bit when it comes to stacking on Medivh, when it comes to the bot lane pressure. And that's more than just annoying. So right now, as you can see, we got level 8 on the board. Both teams are an even experience. So it's not a massive lead or anything, no momentum. But it's still a good opening for the blue team, considering that they abandoned the objective. That's also a nice juking that we're seeing from Svampgrotta here. Even the portal is there. They're all jumping through it in the attempt to get some damage done. they have to settle for the camp, which they are committing to right now as we speak. A little bit of a play here. Well, they are not giving that up after all. No, they let them do all the work and then they come in and steal it away. Nice. Claim credit for it. Yeah, well done. The portals. Annoying as usual. Wubby just pushing him around, pinballing it from one wall into the next. And there's the kill, maybe against the Space Goat, but the Whoopster, he makes it out. Masquerade, they want the kill and they're focusing on Breez as a consolation prize, and they're getting him. Breez is down, and that is 3 kills to 2. Falset has pushed the top lane a bit more. But yep, the game is on. We got level 10. And that's, of course, the Gust for the birdie. We already got the Ardent Defender in. No real surprises here. Got the Wrath of the Berserker for Sonya. She's gonna spin to victory on the shrine if possible. We'll talk about shrines. The next one should be announced soon. But the pressure play at the bottom continues. It is a little bit reminiscent of what we saw in Battlefield of Eternity. Just the continuous pressure from 30k as they are trying to make it incredibly difficult for the blue team to get a hold of the map and get any kind of map control at all. Wubby is pressured heavily. He doesn't have to resort to his ult, but still. There's the Gust. Okay, they're trying to open something up. Leyline. And there's the Chomp as they're going for it, but Ophia gets punished immediately. Coffin Girl is down. The schoolgirl just got stuffed into the locker. And that is a dead Dino. So, with only 4 heroes on the map, Wubby is already hoping for a follow-up kill, and he's putting Sonya in big trouble. Breez follows up with a flip into the backline, and that's a kill against Dequaza. Nicely done. Double kill for Chili Mountain. Looking good, looking strong, and pressuring the bottom of the map even further. Everybody retreated on the side of 30k, and that opens the fountain up, and also, as you can see, the fort itself. So they're trying to dissuade them a bit with the portal, and I guess to an extent they do. But at the end of the day, this was a lot of damage against the fort, and not all came in for free. So good stuff. Same time now, objective about to be up. And, well, let's have a bit... Oh, careful, Urel. Ulta to be used, jumps out. Oh, Breez. Nice. That was a good save. Masquerade was ready for it. Masquerade was waiting in the wings. Positioned himself really well to take Urel down, but Breez, no chance. Flips him back out of the fight, and therefore Urel doesn't go down here, can fall back and can simply tap the fountain. But the fight continues. 29 stacks by now also for Cassia, so finally we have a position where Azerite is able to stack a bit more heavily. 15,000 damage for Fia, 18,000 for Cassia, 15 stacks to 13. Forza can try to come in from the side again. Here comes the ley line. Ophia with the attempt to capitalize on it, but that's not happening. And at the same time, they're now targeting Azerite again. Cassia is a little bit low. Dequaza was pushed out of the battle, and the portals are being set up time and time again by Ultralisk, who's also attempting to stack throughout the team fight. Nobody dying over here. 4 kills against 3, and level 13 is nearly ready for the Chili Mountain as they're trying to re-engage onto the shrine. 18,000 damage for Ophia now, 23,000 on the side of Cassia, and they're still making the plays here. Focusing on Masquerade this time, trying to get him isolated. Not happening. The 13 talent kicks in. The Mortar Punisher, on the other hand, gets locked down by 30k. They get the objective, but they lose. They lose Sonya, and now Masquerade is in trouble too. X-Ray is close. They need Medivh to save him, and he is popping everything that he has. Is trying to go out with the ult. That's not happening either, or is it? The portal is there. There's the taunt. They're coming in for it, and it's a kill against Mal'Ganis. At least Ultralisk completes the quest. 9 minutes in, and he's done with the baseline. But the blue team, they are wreaking havoc in the mid lane. The birdie flying down to the bottom of the map to deal with the Punisher, and at the same time, the fort in the middle is already falling. 6 kills, 2-3. What a setup again. Woo! Yep, and off we go. So, well, with all of that, we now have in the middle of the map Azerite already helping out with the next camp. They have the talent lead for a few more seconds. The fort at the bottom of the map has also been destroyed. Macke wasn't able to save it. That was never really in the cards. As long as they get the counter pressure, it's all fine. And all the way up at the top, Wubby is able to make it out of harm's way as the red team was trying to come in and take them down. Okay, so Masquerade at this point is already waiting here at the side, making sure that there's nobody coming in for the flank. Maybe he can set something up himself. Ultralisk, of course, is providing vision, and quite a bit of it. But, yep, There we have it. False at the bottom of the map. 1.5 levels of a lead, by the way. 1.5 levels ahead. But are they losing a hero now? No, because Breez just doesn't allow it. You have to ask him for permission first. And they didn't ask nicely. Did you say please? I don't think so. Masquerade, he gets out. Can they get the kill here? Wubby. Oh, well, Fury is doing... Oh, Ultralist, not like this! No! Medivh is down. That looked a little bit like a misclick there. And now they're coming in for the kill against Urel. She's getting dropped, so it's a kill for a kill again, but it doesn't change the fact that level 16 is gonna hit so much sooner for Chili Mountain than it will for 30k. If 30k can somehow get the experience to get to level 16 by the time that the objective gets announced, they might have a chance there to yeah, make some plays, but whew. At least a couple of the camps are being taken now, right? But the level 16, as I said, Chili Mountain is going to get it. And they're already pressuring with it up at the top. So they're coming straight in for it. Dequaza, yeah, sitting tight here. Level 16 also gives us the afterburner now. And down here in the middle, X-Ray chilling on the little heart, trying to get the experience. Still the vision granted by the bird. Medivh sitting over there. And honestly, they're getting a little bit closer to 16 than I expected them to. The objective not popping as quickly as I thought, but they will have to abandon that top fort. And that in and of itself is going to make the next objective tricky for 30k, considering that the blue team still has their fountain up. So there's that. Yep. Maka already still down at the bottom of the map, up towards the top. 7 kills to 4, 16 to 15.5. They are going to get the level 16 talent. Also, Falstad needs to deal with that. He already Hearthstone back so that he can take the experience here. So, yeah, this is on the way just as the objective gets announced. But it really doesn't change the fact that 30k is going to get the level 16. They can take their camp, they can take the 16. They need another wave, and the one in the middle will do. Dequaza is already headed for it. So, it's going to be an even fight. There is still a chance for 30k to bring this back. They also haven't really lost that much. A lot of the forts are low, but technically they've only lost 1. So they are still in it to win it. Right now, Masquerade, the portal engage. Yeah, they're looking for another setup for Ophia. They want her to come in and dish out the damage again. 101 stacks for her level 7 by now. 44 for Cassia's level 1. And here comes the setup again. But Ophia just doesn't get the numbers out. Dino's struggling a little bit at this point to really bring the oomph. He's sitting at 27,000 damage, and if you compare that to Falstad and to Cassia, it's not something to write home about. So, right now, up at the top, let's go. What can they do here? Breez, he's looking for the flip, but he can't find it. Dino gets attacked as well. Wubby wants to isolate him. Masquerade is doing what he can in the backline to keep everybody busy, and he's targeting Svamgorota. And Svamgorota is low. Stukov is in trouble. Masquerade popping the ult as he makes his way out. There's the gust already. They need a portal, but the ley line is there. And that does the trick, at least for now. 7 to 4 kills. 32,000 damage now for Fia. She's trying to close the damage gap a little bit and finally bring that kill in that they need. Breez looking for the flip. But he can't quite make it happen, and he has to be careful. There's always aggression against him, but the red team is ahead on the objective now. 24 stacks against 9. And still the play up at the top. Especially Sonya. Dequaza coming in with one slam after another. Hitting it hard. 32 stacks for them. They're looking good. They want to go for the objective. Wubby gets attacked again. And has to jump out, and they're giving up. They give up on it. They don't go for it. Mid lane, there's at least a camp, so this could be taken. Falstad, Wubby, both of them, they're moving down to the bottom, trying to go for camps now too. The top fort will fall, but someone has to deal with the middle of the map, and it seems like Ophia is going to be the one to do for the job. She's already in. Whew. Yeah, we got the giant slammer now. We got the temporal flux out too. Ophia has dealt with all the XP in the middle, and they're starting to close the gap a little bit. The top fort is now down. And, of course, the Protector, the Punisher, is going to do a little bit more work here. But they have fallen back. They are focusing into the mid lane instead, trying to take this one out. And that also makes a whole lot of sense. This is the last bastion in the middle for Chili Mountain, where there's still a fountain in play. So they want to take this down as quickly as they can and eliminate that as a fallback option. Medivh, yeah, he barely made it out. He got attacked down at the bottom of the map by Wubby again. And that got a bit spicy. So the fountain is still in play, so is the fort. It's still nearly a level lead that we're looking at for the blue team. It's getting a bit closer. 50 stacks for false stats level 1, 57 for Cassia. The damage output for both of them is pretty solid, considering, especially Falset, of course, has been focusing on the side lanes a lot. Sitting at 125,000 siege damage. He's taking the top number, the top spot in the game. But he's also delivering quite a solid amount of hero damage now with 28k. Can't quite contest the output of Cassia here, but still, who can? Right now, nobody. Half a level until 20. And that half level is where 30k tries to make a play. Here comes the flip, straight into Stukov setup. Azerite wants to follow, but they can't. Falset is at the top, Sonya at the bottom. Two of the side laners not present here, but they're still skirmishing it out. There's the ley line, baby! And they're trying to go for the big chomp, and they're connecting with Breez, but that's all that they can do. X-Ray is in trouble. Scratch it, X-Ray. He's dead unless Medivh can somehow save his ass, and the answer is no. That's a kill. That's a follow-up, potentially. Only one dies, at least for now, but Urel, hoppity-hop, the Space Goat is already trying to come back in. Ultralisk with another leyline setup as he is trying to save his own ass and the ass of his teammates, and they're making it out of the fight. But the kill in the battle, of course, right here. X-Ray got flipped in, didn't stand a chance. Medivh was doing his best to try and save him, but Malfurion got blown up, and by now the level 20 is in. They try to go for Wubby, by the way, topside now. And if you can get that kill, that would be kind of neat. But yeah, it's highly unlikely. It's just not happening. But now we also got the Seraphim in here for him. We have the Infinite Lightning. And of course, with the portal setup, that's at least trying to take the camp. It's coming down to another even talent fight. It's happening. So it's a nice back and forth here. Considering that we're in game number 3 of the series, this is a pretty neat setup that we're looking at now. We already have Wubby and Swamgrota at the top left. Bottom of the map, Dequaza, he's still playing this super safe, not even leaving his mount for now. Once they have vision, he will, but it's all about the experience. So, and there's the level 20 talent as it kicks in with the Medivh cheats, the Lunar Shower. We get the Eldritch Conduit now. And of course, for our boy, the Seeker Swarm right here. Yeah, but it's time to party. There's a couple of campers on the map and they're trying to go for it. Each team still holds a fort. 8 kills to 4, and here comes the objective. Okay, time to party. Ultralisk with the vision, and this could be the final fight. Over here, the Ravenous Hunger, 141 stacks now for Orphea. 72 for Cassia. The stacking, scaling continues. Alright, let's have a look here. Next objective up in 5 seconds, and it's time to take position on the shrine once again. Already, Masquerade trying to come in. They flip back out as the portal engage happened. There's the ley line. That didn't hit anything. Ultralisk whiffing that one as they're trying to set it up, and instead it's Masquerade who's all of a sudden under attack, but Orphea comes in with the big boy damage. Dino, though, is getting murdered. Trying to get the kill in, but he gets taken down. Breez is already low, and so is Swamgrota. They're trying to get the counter kill, and Breez might fall, but instead it's Mal'Ganis that dies. But Garrosh also getting dropped. Sonya with a big spin to win as Dequaza is trying to make the play for Wubby, but Urel pops the ult back out. Another ley line is ready. Wubby gets saved by Swamgrota. The portal is back again, and they're chasing them down here. Everybody's low. A 4 versus 3. The blue team, they have the numbers advantage now, but they're still in a bit of trouble considering that their hit points are just down the drain. They're trying to go for the kill. Medivh with another setup right here. Top lane gets pressured in the meantime by another camp that was set up at Chili Mountain previously. And here's the Frozen Punisher as the red team retreats and tries to stop the bleeding. So 10 kills to 5. The pressure play up at the top is going to cost them the gate. Someone has to deal with it eventually. At the bottom of the map, there's a double catapult play here. There's not going to be any minions that will assist this push anytime soon, but the Punisher itself is, of course, a huge asset right now as they are moving straight for the kill on the keep. But it's a 5 versus 5, and Garrosh, he is not anywhere to be seen. He just respawned, and he can't travel the map this quickly. So that Punisher is not going to get them a keep. We're 19, 20 minutes into the game, and it is not going to end here. The defense is ready, and Garrosh wasn't with them, so they couldn't do anything. Breez, he respawned, he died in the fight. That Punisher didn't do jack shit. Yeah, well, maybe not fair. 50% of the HP are gone, but technically nothing really changes on the map for them, since they still don't have any pressure, of course. So, well, here we go. At this point, what else? It's all about the next team fight. Guys, we're on level 22 already. We're 20 minutes into this. 2 heroes haven't died yet. Falstad and Stukov have both survived through all of this. And Breez has to be careful here once again. But great game from him so far. Honestly, game 1 was a little bit shaky from some of the guys. But whew, game 2 and 3, damn. Back to business here. Breez is coming in. There's the double flip. They're going for the taunt. The choke point. And oh my god. The amateur hour over there. Yeah, that was a huge problem. That bait was way too easy. And Breez just locks the kill in. Orphea is dead again. Ultralisk, he's gonna die, and he knows it too. Medivh is down, and that should be the keep at the bottom of the map. The only question that remains is, can they end the game, yes or no? Medivh down, that's huge. He would be so useful on the defense with just the ley lines to delay them a little bit more, but that is a perfect opportunity to end the game for Chili Mountain. They're coming in, they're taking that out. I can't believe that they didn't double check the bush, especially with Medivh in the lineup. They just face checked that thing, and Breez ripped them a new one. And now, of course, the attack is right here. All that Chili Mountain has to do is focus the core. 30k, they're going to try and delay it. Delay it long enough for Orphea to come back, but that's the end of X-Ray. X-Ray is down. Masquerade is also in trouble. He tries for the counter kill, but he is dead. Melgan is down, and that has to be game. It simply has to be. Even with Sonya back to business, with Orphea back to business, there's just no way. Medivh is going to be back in another 7, but everybody is dying, and that is a victory for Chili Mountain. They're going to lock this one in, easy peasy, nicely done. Chili Mountain with a 2-1 lead in the best of 5 against 30k. Well played. Game number 4. Okay, awesome stuff. Yeah, well done here. Chili Mountain with a 2-1 lead against 30k. And Breez apparently also dodged out some of the vision in that bush, so making that play even better. That won them the game there towards the end. Missed that one. Again, observing, casting solo, and doing all the production stuff. Sometimes you're going to miss something, but apparently he also dodged out on the vision a little bit intentionally, so even better. Yeah, he had a huge impact in the game even before, saved a lot of the heroes and provided a lot of kill opportunities for the team. But of course, there towards the end in the choke point, he absolutely wrecked them. Was a fantastic setup, led to a double kill, and that immediately translated into the bot lane, becoming the focus of the attention of Chili Mountain, and them ending the game and therefore taking the lead here. So good stuff from Chili Mountain. Wubby and Breez today as the substitute players. Again, there was a scheduling conflict more or less. The Masters Clash, they changed the starting time for this match, and some of the players had already made other plans, because initially they were supposed to play the first match, not the second, and therefore Chili Mountain was in need of 2 sub players on short notice, and Wubby and Breez, they were able to lock them in for that. Yeah, and so far it's working out quite nicely. We have a 2-1 lead against 30k. Same time now with our ban pattern. We have Sonya again open. Tomb of the Spider Queen is the 4th map. So first and foremost, Cassia gets banned out this time, actually against Azerite. But are we going to see some kind... I want to have game 5. I'm going to be blunt here. I would love to see a 5th game between the 2 teams. That would be the absolute dream at this point. And yeah, they are hesitating a bit, but there's the Sonya pick. So after all the consideration that they put into this one, as you can see, it's still a Sonya early pick. Nothing has changed on this one. Chromie gets taken as well, so she's gonna be happy about that. Yay! And yeah, I know. Stukov comes in together with her, so once again, a potential sniper setup. With Malfurion and Tracer. Okay, a Tracer setup for Dino. So they are putting all of their hopes and dreams on the shoulders of Dino and let him make the plays here. Yeah? I think we're likely going to see a variant ban now. Because if you have Tracer and you want to make sure that she survives, getting rid of Varian is a good idea, especially considering how popular he is these days. And if your opponent already locked in a Chromie and Stukov, that's probably a ban that you at least want to consider. So I really want to see what they're doing now. Because Varian Taunt into Stukov plus Chromie damage, you can kiss Tracer goodbye. But they go for Diablo instead. Now, I can understand the impulse. Breez is an insane beast on Diablo, and that's the same reason for why they banned Diablo out on Infernal Shrines. But I still would like to know if they are now locking in Varian. And to be fair, both of them in the hands of Breez would have been a big problem for Dino. Ask Fan what he thinks of Diablo's Breez against the Tracer play. Someone got insta-killed in HGC times. But yep, there's Varian now, of course. Now, again, that one doesn't really come as a shock. Wubby comes in with Blaze, so that's a follow-up stun. But at this point, 30k just decided, yeah, we know what you're going to pick. But we would rather deal with your Varian than with your Diablo. And, of course, technically, you could still lock in Medivh as well, I suppose, to try and play around this a little bit. If not, then at least you need to make sure that Malfurion's Nature's Cure is going to be ready. So, yeah. There's Jojo and Garrigan, so they're going for some aggression themselves with the triple frontline that they're running right now. And off we go. And Make, what are we going to get as the last pick for him? Yeah, Tomb of the Spider Queen, everybody. So this could be technically the last map. If Chili Mountain locks in the victory, then this is the end of the road right here. Make comes in with Rexa. That's even more stuns. That makes Chromie the only range damage dealer for them. And with that, we are good to go, everybody. Game number 4. Masters Clash. The match between Chili Mountain and 30k continues. Game number 4 in the series. Tomb of the Spider Queen is the map, and on the left side, the blue team, Chili Mountain in the lead with Wubby on Blaze, Make on Rexa, Swamgrotta on Stukov, Azerite on Chromie, and Breez on Varian. Varian was an obvious pick, but 30k, they decided that they would rather deal with Varian than with Breez's Diablo. And I mean, at some point, you gotta say it's a bad choice either way. I mean, you don't want to go up against either one, especially when you're playing with the Tracer setup. So, yeah. Ultralisk on Carrigan. We got Dino on Tracer, Exo and Malfurion, Dequaza on Sonya, and Masquerade is playing Jojo. Okay. So, good old Dota 2 style minion blocking. Not quite as effective in Heroes of the Storm as you would hope and wish for. But yep, they're gonna play around it a little bit anyways. And it helped slightly, but yeah, the effect is pretty much zero. Either way, here comes the play. So, Breez already at the front, starting to say hi to Dino. The two of them are definitely going to get acquainted as the game continues. Dino is already attempting to needle the backline down a little bit and runs straight into the damage of Azerite. And that is what we're going to see this game. The Carrigan set up together with Tracer. And I mean, the good thing about the two in the same team is that once you focus on only one of them, the other one is going to have a lot of space to work with, and that's going to be the game plan here. If you focus on Carrigan, then Dino is have a lot of space. If you focus on Tracer, then Carrigan is going to have a lot of it. Unless, of course, you insta-kill them, like here. Then it doesn't matter too much. And that was before level 4. Breez doesn't even have his taunt yet. Yeah, once that he gets his taunt, we're going to be ready with it. Masquerade, they're trying to rotate, of course, from the middle to the top and back down again, as you usually see here. But Breez and Chili Mountain, they push between the two lanes and slow them down, and therefore interrupt the rotation and make it a bit trickier for them to be there in time and to clear the waves. So, yep, the wave clear already gets interrupted slightly. Right now we have Make with the 8 stacks early on. Get some gems together. And here comes the play for Dino, but he gets the bomb out against Breez. But this is going to be a fun one. I mean, there's always a chance that it gets snowballed at some point, but I gotta admit that it's pretty cool to just see how they're just toe-to-toe here the entire time. Now, by the way, everybody that watches this on YouTube right now, if you guys enjoy this game, make sure that you hit that like button now that we have Breez and Wubby, at least for this game, back to business. It definitely deserves a bit of a like, I suppose. And also, if you enjoy the coverage here and all the features of this, make sure that you consider this applause function that YouTube has actually implemented. So if you want to support the channel and keep it alive, then that's one of the easiest and best things that you can do. So underneath the player, there should be an applaud button, so you guys can check that out if you feel that this one should be supported. With the second kill now coming in, we got Chili Mountain in a position... Oh, they're looking for number 3. Yeah, we got them in a position where they can already try to turn in, and we should see that at the top at least a little bit. They have 40 gems in their hands, and with 6 already delivered, they're close to a turn-in. Make in particular is sitting at 17. He's going to get his ass moonfired, though, if he stays there. So, yeah, has to fall back for now, and is still going to be able to deliver. Yeah, good for him. And the rest of the team is already busying themselves at the bottom turn-in point now, too. So that's kind of neat for them. And all of a sudden, we have 41 stacks delivered, 41 gems against against 8. Let's just sell them short here. They're not quite at 0. But there's the camp taken. 2 kills to 0 gives a bit of an elite experience. Nothing too crazy, though. And over here, Breez fighting it out with the rest of the team. Yeah, easily moving away from this. No problem for him. They also have a really nice timing for their camp. I mean, check out how the 2 of them are working out here. It's all going to be right underneath the towers, or at least close to them, so they have an easier time defending this, I suppose. Yeah, some of them are already pushing in, so a bit of an advantageous position for the potential battle in the mid lane. With the turn-in now, maybe even going through at the bottom, but no, Wubby gets interrupted. Level 7 talents are now ready for the blue team, so that gives them a slight advantage here, and they're taking the camp in the mid lane down. As we have again, for Varian, the second win. Keep in mind, the level 4, the taunt is there. And there's so much CC on their end. First of all, you can get the Misha stun set up. You have the jet propulsion from Blaze. It's not only the Kerrigan setup that has a lot of CC here in control. No. Far from it. Chili Mountain has a lot in their arsenal here. Especially if they start things off with Breez. That's guarantee hit on Misha and on also Blaze's follow-up. So there's a lot they can do. And now that they have the first Web Weavers coming down, there's of course the chance to take some of the structures down finally. And they're already going for Masquerade. That's 28 gems. There's a taunt. On the other hand, Breez is not able to save Wubby. Blaze goes down. Fantastic kill for 30k. Nicely done. And they're trying to go for the follow-up. And there's the combo. Oh, Kerrigan. Woo. Spicy plays by Ultralisk. He couldn't get the kill against the last one. Now they're losing X-Ray. But they go for Breez too. Swamgrota is helping him with the lurking arm. But Swamgrota himself, that he made it out of the last fight, is honestly a small miracle. Because, damn, he was close to dying. One more attack and that would have been it. But, of course, the rest of the team was there helping them out. But the defense against the Web Weavers is so much easier at this point, of course. And yeah, here I have another look at this little setup. So first they got the kill against Wubby, and then they come in, try to go for Azurite very quickly, and Ultralisk hits the perfect combo on Kerrigan. No chance for Chromie, doesn't have the time out yet, and therefore she goes down. That puts a huge dent into the aggression of Chili Mountain with the Web Weavers. They got a few towers, and that's pretty much it. But here's the taunt! And yep, X-Ray frontlining, not a good idea. Malfurion is dead. Breez, you don't have to ask him twice. If he sees a chance, he comes in and he goes straight in for the kill. So that is Malfurion dying. And then shortly after he's back on the map, he's dead again. Talking about dead and dying, at the bottom of the map, we might see a bit more of that. Because Grota and Wubby, they are sticking out on the camp. Yeah. Dino sees Varian and she's like, nope. Immediately back. Yeah. That's 4 kills to 2, both teams with a level 10. Here comes once more Blessed Shield and also the Wrath of the Berserker. Ultralisk with the Ultralisk. And of course, we have the Tranquility. But yeah, let's go for the plays. 102 gems in the hands of 30k. 102 gems. They went for the triple digits already. That's a secret mount right there. But Ultralisk, 29! No! Not like this. Down they go. 37 on Masquerade. You are shitting me, right? Quasar was trying to recover a few. They just lost more than 60 gems. Wow. What a slap in the face. They are getting slapped around hard at this point, and it is not even close. That was the worst case scenario there. Losing the 2 heroes that carried the majority of the gems, and the blue Web Weavers are now going to touch ground as the second wave for Chili Mountain is being set into play. That is some nasty stuff. And that is a massive problem for 30k, who might lose the game on this map. They just might lose it here. Grota and his boys, they're already setting it up at the bottom of the map. They're hoping, of course, for an additional kill. If they can get that too, that would be a nightmare. And look how deep they're diving. They're hoping for someone to defend the bot lane so they can flank in from the top and get the kill. Not really working out. Breez and Wubby are still in the mid lane, zoning them out slightly. But the bottom fort is definitely lost. There is no way to save this one. Absolutely none. Up at the top, there's the attack. Wubby, he had to go for the bunker. Breez trying to go for Dino. Dino with the 20. They're just going for the gems. They're stealing them away here. And the bot lane, of course, the fort has been lost. And at the top, they're still not done yet. They might not take the fort, but at least they should be able to take those towers down. And that's exactly what they're doing. Now, the damage output, 16,000 for Chromie. 18,000 for Tracer. Tracer's a little bit ahead over here. Chromie has so far not taken over on the #1 spot. Quasar with the 25 gems, guys, is actually heartbreaking. They lost 60 gems in that fight. 60! That's more than an entire turn in. They've only turned 8 gems in total. That's kind of nuts. The only one that has died yet is Tracer. Dino holds 22 gems for them. So, yeah, Ultralisk. They need some aggression. The problem is now level 13 is going to be ready for Breez and his boys. Chili Mountain is going to get in just a bit. And of course, there's also a couple of quest talents that are going to see more progress as the game continues. And with Rexa locking in his level 4, that's going to give them some extra armor too. Virulent Reaction is ready, so the follow-up after the stun is even better now. Azerite has the timeout. That makes him so much safer on his Chromie. Gonna be really happy about that. Big fight once again, and oh my god. Full-on setup with the bunker. In, out, they're playing the game as they're trying to come straight in with another kill against Masquerade. This time they were not able to lock it in. Both of them just going all out in the fight here, but nobody is actually dying. And of course, this was still an advantageous battle for Chili Mountain as they hold the level 13 talent advantage over the opponent's team. Dino trying to turn in. Masquerade, the same thing. And they got quite a few gems here. Not enough to get the full turn in, but enough to put them to 43 and allow potentially Ultralisk to finish the job here. But Ultralisk is already trying to help out in the team fight to make sure that they can get the kill. Maybe this time. Masquerade needs to be slow. The Quasar gets pushed full on out. And Masquerade is on the run. He's not the only one. Dino's trying to dodge out down to the bottom. Wubby is missing the jet propulsion. Doesn't have that much range on that thing. But yeah, Dino's still trying to get some extra damage in right now. 26,000 damage for Dino. Chromie is sitting at 23k. Still just a little bit behind here. But at least they have the level 13 talents now. They're getting a little bit more aggressive on the map now again. And of course they should. If they can get the turn in, then maybe they have a chance to take some structures down as the objective scales into the later stages of the game. There's obviously always an opportunity if you get those late game turn-ins. What hurts them the most is that they lost the gems earlier and can't get 2. But let's keep in mind that Chili Mountain only took down a single fort so far. Dino getting his ass handed to him a little bit here. Oh my god! Careful! Azerite, he is going full wanted style at this point, encircling the sandblasts around the corner. And honestly, the sad thing is that Chili Mountain nearly has another turn-in. They are so close to another turn-in here. If they get a third in a row, can you imagine that? And the bottom of the map is still getting pressured. There's a Catapult and Siege Giants that are pushing in now. So 30k, they're really on the ropes here. They need to do something. And the Quasar is desperately trying to finally get rid of these gems, but he just can't. Up at the top, Masquerade is still keeping Market busy and Breez. But of course, they're still hoping to get the kill here. There's the stuns, there's the taunt, and Jojo is in trouble. But Ultralisk is diving into the backline, trying to go for the counter kill, and he gets it. He takes Dukov down. They get the kill for a kill, but can they snowball this further? Sonya isn't here. Ultralisk, and he's dead. Ultralisk is down, but so is Chromie. So is also Blaze. They go for Breez. Breez screws Dino up. Dino is dead. 75 gems for Quasar. It's nasty. Level 16 is in 2 versus 2 on the map, and they still cannot turn in. They're still being interrupted, and X-Ray is running out of mana. Quasar with the 80 gems is now moving in, and finally, 30k gets a turn in. 73 gems for Quasar. If he continues like this, he's gonna hit the 100 gem count. It's just nuts. 16 to 16. They got the talent. They got Tracer back up on the map. This is the moment. If there ever was a moment for them to make a bit of a splash here, it's this one. So they're gonna try and come in, do some work with the Web Weavers, but the defense is ready. Chili Mountain is focusing onto the mid lane first. Breez is already getting attacked. Sonya is moving in. Carrigan from the bottom. Good lockdown against X-Ray. Blast Shield is out. They go for Breez. Breez low, but the bunker saving him for the time being. And there's finally a kill against Varian. They're trying to also drop Wubby, and they're gonna get another kill. The gems are falling. Misha is on the run. She gets dropped too. And Carrigan is hopping like a bunny on crack from one minion to another. Ultralisk is all over the place right now. They are in the lead in experience, and they're starting to take the structures down. Sonya's at the bottom of the map and already doing the work there as they're taking the fort up at the top, and they are absolutely at it right now. Finally an opportunity for the red team to tie this and force game number 5. And they're doing everything they can to make it happen. 3 kills against Wubby so far. Only 1 against Breez. The front line in the last encounter has suffered mightily, and Tracer with 38,000 damage is putting in the work, as does Sonya. 36k for her. They take every single fort down. The first Web Weaver wave that they get, a massive success, and they got the gems for another one. They hold 112 gems at this point, easy peasy, and can go for the next turn in here. 9 kills to 8. The forts are all eliminated, and the blue team is positioning themselves in the middle of the map to interrupt. Quasar, he's the focus point. He is the focus point. If he makes it, if they can kill him, that would be such a blow to 30k. But here's the Web Weavers. Chili Mountain, they deliver the gems that they needed for their next objective. The fight is still happening. Once again, the jump on Breez. The bunker is already out, and he makes it. He makes it out of the fight, at least for now. But Quasar is trying to follow up on it, but he has 82 gems. He can't be too risky here. He needs to be a little bit more careful, or he is just going to get murdered completely. Web Weaver's getting attacked again. Mucker already up at the top, trying to push some minion waves out to help them out here. But the defense at the bottom is ready. Masquerade, Quasar, they're playing it out. And Sonya, 85 gems. But here's the lockup against X-Ray. He's dead again. Breez, on the other hand, he falls too. The kill for a kill. The ragdoll in the slowing sands gets crushed around a little bit longer. 10 kills to 9. What a setup over the wall by Ultralisk. Carrigan with a big jump, but Azerite on Chromie comes in with a timeout and prevents the worst from happening. They're fighting back here on all fronts. Quasar still with an easy solo turn in. They have much more than 100 gems in their hands still. They have the lead in experience. They take the Web Weavers up at the top lane out, and now they got an opportunity. They finally got an opportunity to go for another turn in for the second one here. Maybe take a couple of the keeps down. We got level 19. If they make it to 20, the Storm Talent advantage would be fantastic as well, of course. They're starting to come in here, and boy, what a game. It looked like Chili Mountain would easily win it, but now 30k, they are putting in all the moves. 88 gems, he's going to deliver. That's 50... Oh! Interrupted again. And they're still playing around the boss here at the top. Alright. Triggering that, and the Web Weavers are going to come down. Bit of a risky play on the other hand. That's a real risky one, so they need to be very careful. They don't have level 20 yet, and yeah, they abandoned this. This would have been a typical throw pit setup. If you screw that up, you are doomed. So they let it slide. There was no level 20 available for them just yet, so that wasn't the lead that they were looking for. Instead, here come the Web Weavers. Camp is already in the middle of the map. 30k looking for the engage. Once again, Chili Mountain trying to turn it around, of course. Trying to snowball it themselves. If they get a kill or two, that's exactly what they need. But there's the Storm Talent now. And with that, we go straight in for the Psionic Shift. Get Stuffed is into Ignore Pain. The Blessed Shield upgraded for the Radiating Faith. And they are making the play for the mid lane now. Web Weavers at the top, Web Weavers at the bot lane. Everybody pushing through the middle. Masquerade already sitting at the side here. X-Ray with a heal. Carrigan at the bottom is going to rotate soon as well. And they are hoping, of course, for that side engage. And look at how Chili Mountain is positioning themselves right now. As passive as they possibly can. The mission is to keep those keeps alive. There it is, the setup. They go for Chromie, but the stun chain isn't perfect. And the timeout happens. They still get the kill. Chromie is down, and they are trying to go for victory here. The level 20 talents are finally ready for Chili Mountain, but the bottom keep is already under pressure. The one at the top is also getting attacked by the Web Weavers. 10 kills to 10, level 20 versus level 20. But the keep is gone, and the blue team is not even making a play to defend it. That's just simply positioning at the core. Ultralisk with another setup as he's going for the next stun. Breez moves in, protected by the way, trying to go quickly for another setup for Stukov, but the lurking arm is already out, and the red team is being pushed back. Red team on the retreat once again. They were thinking about going for core, but they decided against it. Chromie is not back up on the map for another 26 seconds, and the boss is still up on the map. Here we go. At this point, 48,000 for Chromie, 53,000 for Tracer. They go for the boss. The Web Weavers have been turned in two, so now they're positioning around the boss, and the Web Weavers are going to go for the structures again. The Blessed Shield to play for the backline. Stukov saved himself in the bunker, but they're going to be in so much trouble here. Here comes the attack. Chromie isn't here. 4 versus 5 battle. Stukov about to go down. Svemgrota gets focused, and he gets murdered. Stukov is down. And he is definitely gonna be demoted after this shit. Admiral my ass, not happening. 10 kills to 11, and here come the Web Weavers. No support, no party. By now, 30k has their eyes on the core, of course. They go through the middle. They want the next keep. They're going through the bottom. They're looking for more kills. They look for an opportunity. Ultral is jumping all over the fight, looking for an engage, for a setup. Any opportunity to get a hit in, get a stun combo. Breez, he's the one in trouble, and they take him down. Varian eliminated. That's the kill. That's game. That's going to be a 5-map series. Azerite gets taken down too, and they are cleaning house. Nicely done. 30k. They keep their hopes and dreams alive here to take the series. Another kill comes through, and that is a victory for the Red team. A 2-2 in the best of 5 series here at the Masters Clash, as we have game number 5 coming up in the match between Chili Mountain and 30k. We're in for a treat, everybody! We have Brex's Holdout as our 5th map. Honestly, the treat is not so much that we have Brex's Holdout as the map, it's more so that we get the 5th map here. Can you imagine that series ending with a 3-0 and it being a total stomp? That would have been just such a waste. But I am very, very happy that we get a little bit more Wubby and Breez here in that fight. And honestly, outside of game number 2, I gotta say that the two teams are incredibly evenly matched. The last one was just a pure delight. That was fantastic. Really, really liked that. And again, guys, as I already pointed out on the last map, if you watch this on YouTube, make sure that you hit that like button and hit it hard. Helps with the algorithm a bit. And of course, if you want to support the channel, as I mentioned, the applaud button underneath the video player is something you should definitely check out. But yeah, more of that stuff, and I'm happy. I'm glad that we have the 5-mapper. Not rooting for any team, but hey, give me the 5 maps. So we got the ban on Junkrat, we got Chromie banned out, and also Lucio plus Stukov. It's actually interesting to see that as a ban pattern. We've been talking a lot about Braxis and what you oftentimes see as heroes here. Junkrat plays a big role. I mean, even with Rocket Ride or whatever you play, he has a lot of wave clear that he can bring to the table to take the objective down. But what you normally see is a lot of mobile heroes. Karazim is a support that gets played a lot here. We have a lot of Genji picks. Anubara gets taken a lot. For the solo lane, it's Sonya, you see a lot of Rexa as well. Mobility between the lanes is great, and there's Sonya and there's Genji immediately. And I honestly would not be surprised if X-Ray locks in Karazim. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Any kind of mobility that you have to move between the lanes is always nice here. The bird, for example, can be taken too, so if you want to go for Falstad, that's another solid pick on the map. But well, here we have it. So let's see what else they can pull off now. Well, Uther and Urel. Okay, so we get Svamgrota and Uther for now, and Wubby is immediately picking Urel. She obviously can also traverse the terrain pretty easily. And yeah, on Infernal, he had also a really, really nice impact with his play. I mean, they won the map after all. Mostly also because of Breez's play towards the end on Infernal, but still, Wubby made a lot of good plays on that map too. Now, when it comes to bans, on the other hand, there's the Diablo ban again. They really don't want Breez on Dibbles. And I totally understand, but I have to admit that I would have loved to see Breez on Diablo again a little bit. I mean, who doesn't, right? Yeah, Breez on Diablo would have been fantastic. To the day, I still remember when Breez one-shot fans Tracer on Towers of Doom in HGC. And there's the Karazim pick. I already pointed it out. We're going to see him, and that's happening. Muradin, again, another hero that can move between the lanes, can jump the debris. So that's happening too. That leaves us with Dainu as our last pick for the team. And this lineup should be familiar to you. If you've seen 30k play on this map before, you have definitely seen at least the core of the build they're playing right now. Genji, Karazim, Muradin, I mean, hell yeah. How are Mako and Breez reacting though? Zarya. And Garrosh. Okay, yeah, Garrosh was kind of good for them on Infernal Shrines, and now they're going for it once more. So that gives us the Uther solo support. Zarya, of course, helping out together with it. Strong 4-man that they have here. And that leaves us with the last pick. Dino, our boy, the damage. What's it going to be? A little bit more range here. They only got Genji so far. Karazim can pack a punch too. But a bit more wave clear would be nice as well. I need something to deal with the waves, right? Eventually that Zerg wave is going to hit. Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix come in. Maybe even goes brrr. We'll find out. Brax's Holdout, the final Heroes of the Storm map in our Best of 5 series here at the Masters Clash, everybody. Playdate number 12 with our 2 special guests, Wubby and Breez, as they are subbing in for Chili Mountain. Let's go. Game number 5, the full distance. We're heading into Brax's Holdout. On the left, Chili Mountain against 30k. On the right. Wubby on URL, so he's once again playing the Space Goat here. Ultralisk pausing the game. It's actually kind of funny that he's the one pausing the game now. As I mentioned previously, he finally fixed the internet issues that he had. So normally it was someone else on 30k that had to pause the game whenever he dropped and had one of his 3-2-3 moments. Now that the internet provider problems are finally resolved, they are now in a spot where he's all of a sudden the responsible person here. But let's introduce the players real quickly. We have Azurite on Cassia, going for the stacking here with the level 1, heading into the Thunderstroke. Make on Zarya. And that 4-man is going to be pretty scary. So they will have a huge impact in the 4-man rotation at the bottom of the map. If they can break through the structures, that's always nice. On Braxis, once that you're starting to take down some of the fountains and forts, you are in a fantastic spot for the objective. We have Breez again on Garrosh. He had a massive impact with the hero on Infernal Shrines. Set so many plays up. And honestly, it wasn't even the kills that he set up for the team. It was more so the heroes that he saved. So just assisting his team time and time again on top of that too. Svamgarota on Uther, and on the right side of the map, 30k playing it out with Karazim, as so often played by X-Ray here on Braxis. We have Ultralisk playing Genji, Dayquaza on Sonya, Dino on Phoenix, and Masquerade on Muradin, everybody. Okay, Dauntless in once again for the Whoopster. Double checking every single bush over here. Noteworthy that Masquerade went into the Dwarf block on level 1, so he's not trying to go for the full-on Stormbolt stacking here. We could still see him, of course, with a level 4 talent to try and complete the baseline a little bit quicker. And they're setting the 4-man up at the top of the map. So they're not going to go into a 4 versus 4 setup at the bottom of the map. Nope, Dino's the only one defending here. They're trying to break through the small wall to threaten Dino a little bit further. But it is a race. They're racing it. And Wubby, Urel as a defensive hero on the top is going to have a great time. I don't think that's going to end well for 30k if they're continuing this. Because down here, the wall is already gone, and with the help of Zarya, Chili Mountain is just simply pushing in. Now, Svamgarota needs to be careful that he doesn't bite the dust there. That would change the setup, of course, very, very quickly. Maka is now trying to take the fountain down, and if they accomplish that, that would be kind of nice. But as the rotation has already started to happen, they need to fall back and make sure that nobody dies there. But I gotta admit that taking the fountain might have been a bit more important than just damaging the fort itself. So, yeah. But it's spicy. This is game 5, so this is your last chance. The camps, they're slowly being taken. Red team is a little bit quicker. They didn't just rush down to the bot lane to defend, but stopped on the way to take some of the camps out here. Masquerade connects with another Stormbolt, but there's the flip. Genji, protected by the way, zipping out, and here's the invade. They're going for the big risk play. Down at the bottom of the map, Wubby already jumping in with the URL as they're trying to go for the kill. Muradin is moving out slowly. He's falling hit points quickly in the camp. Gets taken by the blue team. Dino stunned out, has to warp away, and barely escapes. Phoenix able to make it out of the fight, but they lost the camp, and that with a push at the bot lane and the minions moving in is the perfect opportunity to get the fort down here early on. They're even pushing the top side right now. Move straight into the Stormbolt though, but thanks to the help of Zarya, they're in a great spot here. Breez on the move. Urel at the bot lane has successfully taken down the fort with the help of the camp. And towards the top left, we got Maka and Azurite now dealing with the next fort here. Fantastic start into the game for Chili Mountain. Nicely done. We have the first fort destroyed. Now beacon control is shared. One at the top, one at the bottom. That's what's happening right now. We got the speed bubble. And that's, of course, the oldie but goldie setup that initially was played by Lauber's fan club. Speed barrier with Garrosh, perfect setup. It is insanely scary. You put the shield on Garrosh and he gets the benefit from the level 4 talent and then rushes into the opponent's team and just flips any target over. And since they now, thanks to Wubby at the bot lane, control both of the beacons, they are making a huge headway towards the first objective. 64? Are you kidding me? That's 70% already. Now, of course, this is not winners take all, but even if 30k turns around completely on objective number 1, this is still a big Zerg wave that would be headed their way with the 70% that the blue team has, which means you have to react to it. There's the attack already. Wubby at the bottom, once again, alone against Sonya. There's the flip. They're trying to go for Masquerade. He jumps out. The mobility, of course, is coming in quite handy now. And he went straight in for the Thunder Burn as the level 4 talent. So we're going to see a healing static setup for him. Yeah, double control now for 30k. Keep the last map in mind. At the beginning, 30k didn't look too good. But then it all turned when they were able to win a couple of team fights and really control it well. But here they are suffering. That's the death of Muradin. And with the main tank gone, yeah, they are losing the top control. Now, Sonya is still at the bottom of the map, but you can't forget that she lost her fountain already. And thanks to the top lane now being eliminated, or at least the wall being destroyed, the fountain is wide open. And that gives another opportunity over to Chili Mountain to lock in that fountain, take it down, and therefore have all the sustain in the world in that objective area. And at the bottom of the map is still our 1 versus 1. All of the action is focusing at the top right now. But Breez is coming back. Garage is underway, and Make, as I said, with the speed bubble on level 4, he can straight up go for it. The camps are also being taken again, but there it is. Breez race car comes in, tries to go for the flip. Hits the minion there. But it is just crazy how scary this setup is. And of course, if you flip the target into the backline, Uther can always provide that stun, and that makes the combo even more dangerous. It's absolutely crazy. Dino, very, very low. Azerite nearly got the kill, but he went deep for it. And now he might pay the price. They're trying to take him down, but good heals from Uther once again. The turn attempt as Ultralis barely jumps out, and another camp gets stolen. But the double control on the objective allowed 30k to go to 90%. 90% against 70. Both of the teams are going to have a big objective on the next one. Muradin gets attacked again, and this doesn't look good for Masquerade. Yeah, still able to hop out. And he connects the Stormbolt too. Nicely done. Attacks Wubby here as they are being chased at the top. Ultralisk has to once again jump out, but he was able to lock the objective in for just a couple of seconds. And that gives them the win on objective number 1. 100% against 67 right here, right now. 1 kill is all that we got so far in this game. Chili Mountain, they have to defend the bot lane. But kudos to 30k. Definitely doing fairly well, at least on the objective, considering how they struggled at the beginning of the game to keep their fort in play and their heroes alive. So now, 27 stacks for Cassia. Both of the teams decided to simply go on defense. Nobody was trying to push, but at the top, with the fountain taken out, they were hoping to at least take some of these side walls out. Masquerade is already checking if somebody is moving in here at the side to allow the team to push for the structure a little bit further. There's still a leading experience, of course, for Chili Mountain right now. But it's pretty insignificant. It's not really, well, half a level. For now, it's not really that big of a deal. But of course, once that level 10 is in play, that's a different story. So yeah, they definitely capitalized a little bit more on this. And by the way, giving you guys a bit of an idea where all of the experience comes from. Mercenary experience is in the hands of Chili Mountain, thanks to them stealing multiple of these caps away. Minion experience, of course, also playing a big role here. So yeah, nicely done. And even the passive experience. With the early fort taken down at the bottom of the map, now that we're 6-7 minutes into the game, the passive experience gain that you receive here has been increased for them, and that's not looking too bad. Breez again gets the shield, and he goes meow, meow, trying to get Phoenix. But that is a sneaky move. These little fuckers, look at this shit. That is a sneaky play right here. And they're gonna get it. Ah, there it is. Oh, what a clutch one. What a clutch play just before the level 10. They realized it too late, and here's the team fight. If they can win this one too, that would be an absolute dream for 30k, but they need to retreat. The level 10 is going to be there in just another moment. There's nothing you can do here. Now, this setup at the top has cost them the fort, but yep, boss is taken. And honestly, you can always make a bit of an argument, you know, like, hey, what did the boss actually do? Look at this, they lost the fort at the top, but down here they can't do anything. But you gotta realize that once that if they don't take the boss, then once level 10 hits, Chili Mountain takes it for sure. Chili Mountain would take the boss and would take the fort. But now at least they removed it from the map for the time being. They took the fort down at the top. Randad Kharazim got caught here and died, but still. Besides that, we still have them in a decent position. They are level behind, but given the circumstances, this could have been much worse. So they get the boss, just barely. Now we have level 10 kicking in just another moment. 30 stacks for Cassia, and here are the heroic abilities. With an X strike, 7-sided strike, and Phoenix not making a choice yet. I expected Salvo, but if he wants to go brr, then let's go. If he wants to go for it, I'm okay with that. Can burn, of course, not only the Zerg wave down very quickly, but maybe even help them to get some kills. And they're already rotating around, trying to make a couple of plays up at the top. Yeah, not so much. Here we go. There's a little setup. 2 kills to 0. 15,000 damage for Sonya. 16,000 for Cassia. And yeah, party time. There's the salvo. Yeah, unfortunately, no cracker, no planet cracker this time. But the salvo, oh my god. 4 connects. Nice. It's some serious damage from Dino. Well done. The objective, 60% on the progress for Chili Mountain, so good for them. And down at the bottom of the map, Ultralisk is playing it out against Wubby as they're trying to reclaim this. Still not a single kill for 30k. I mean, to be fair, technically, Chili Mountain only killed 1 hero too. Kharazim found out very quickly that his biggest problem is dealing with minions, mercenaries, and yeah, just non-heroes. Wubby has a problem as well. Needs to go straight up for the ult and pops that quickly. But makes it out. Yeah, if they get the kill there against Ural, that would have been fantastic. But either way, just simply forcing him to use the cooldown was already big. And Masquerade is jumping in from behind. Yeah, he's sitting at 20 stacks. He's connected a lot of Stormbolts, and he gets another one. So he's at 21. He's soon going to complete his baseline quest for the cooldown reduction and for Pierce. So Masquerade is going to get stronger and stronger as this continues, especially since on level 13 his healing static is going to kick in, and that's going to allow him to sustain himself through these fights a lot more than right now. There is still that level lead for Chili Mountain. That's still there. And yep, there we go. There's the hits coming through. On the other side, yeah, forcing them back already. Salvo is back in another 10 seconds roughly. Damage output for Phoenix. I mean, again, the last salvo he connected with 4. He just forced them back, so he couldn't get any kills or anything. But he definitely boosted his numbers a little bit with it. And the blue team is just waiting for level 13. They're just waiting for 13. They're just playing it out, playing it slow. Wait for the 13 to hit. Over here already, they got the next setup. Someone needs to deal with that bot lane pressure, or that wall is going to suffer. And they are hoping to somehow force a fight and get a kill, I suppose, before the talent is there for the blue team. Yeah, but they're just not getting it. And here comes the engage from Chili Mountain as they are hoping to get a hit. But X-Ray moves quickly out after Breez connects the stun. Bot lane, Quasar dealing with it. 13 kicking in any second, and you can see on the minimap how the red team is just retreating. And Wubby is taking over at the top. So that is scary now. If they don't do anything about it, that's going to be a big Zerg wave against 30%. And they're already going for Mirrodin. The taunt is in. Salvo to force them back. Going for the counter aggression. Level 13 is already in hands for Chili Mountain as they're going for the play. But Breez is low. The Divine Shield keeps him alive. Cassia is also getting attacked. The Mirrodin is jumping in deep once again. 1 stack and he's going to have his quest completed. They go for Breez. They get the kill. The objective is taken. And now they got to try and defend. But everybody is on the run as the blue team is trying to chase them down the lane. Level 13 talents available now for 30k too. The healing static in play. Top lane is getting pressured with a small wave that we still have on the map for 30k, but the red team with a defense attempt at the bot side. Garrosh still out, so it's a 5 versus 4 over here, but they are struggling right now. They're trying to take this down. Dino with as much AoE as he can provide here on his Phoenix. They're trying to take it apart and save their keep somehow. Garrosh the only one. Once again, another move from Wubby as Muradin was jumping in and trying to stop them. And they're hoping for Swamp Grotta. They want Swamp Grotta, but I don't think they have enough space here. No. Fort is there. Distance to safety is not big enough for them to chase him down and take him apart here. Game number 5, guys. Game 5. 2 kills to 1. That's what we are seeing right now. We have the forts more or less all destroyed with the exception of the bot lane, and that might fall now that the red team is pushing in. A bit of a defense still up at the top, and the entire wall has been destroyed here. So that keep is very much so exposed. If you check out the bot lane, this keep has actually suffered a lot more. And as mentioned, at the bottom of the map, they can go for the fort. They can take this down. They can go for it, but they gotta retreat, yeah. Ultralisk zips away. The bouncy bounce, and the Quasar gets out. 7-sided strike, they're turning it again. Dino gets interrupted, and that's a double kill. Sonya is down, Phoenix is down. 2 fantastic kills for Chili Mountain. Exactly what they needed here. Ultralisk gets a triple, baby. They go for the triple kill, and the boss is, of course, up. Where are they headed now? Seems like they're going to make the play for the bot lane, trying to take the keep down. Muradin with a double Stormbolt connect, but the keep is in so much trouble here. It's 10 seconds until Sonya is back, and it's just not looking good right now. The keep is gonna fall. 26,000 damage for Sonya, 37,000 for Cassia. They won't be able to go for core, obviously, but still, that's the first keep of the game destroyed. Masquerade? I was thinking about slowing them down, but that's not doing anything. But yeah, big kills. Here comes the fight once again. So initially they were trying to go for Sonya here. There's the flip, and it was Phoenix that had the biggest problem. And Sonya, Phoenix both falling. The follow-up kill against Genji shortly after. And that's a YOLO move straight here for the boss. They need to YOLO, they know it. It's not the play that they want to make, but they need to be a little bit cheeky about stuff like this. And the red team is now shifting this around. It's a level 16, that's the concern. Once that hits, the advantage for Chili Mountain is too big. So they feel they have to go for the boss here. And it is not a good position for 30k to be in. It's a loss-loss situation. They're trying to shift the attention of the boss a bit, but eventually they have to face the music here. Wubby is going to push them back. They give it up. They realize it. They can't do anything. Boss is taken. Chili Mountain with all the pressure, all the big plays in the world right now as they are trying to set this up, and things are looking good right now. At the bottom of the map, Ultralisk, they're trying to defend the lane, take the catapults out so that they're not going to be a problem as the top lane push is going to be the next concern. The boss is moving in right there. They want to have the experience, of course, as well to potentially make it to level 16, which is already a tall order to begin with, and it's not looking like they can pull it off. Yeah, it's rough. It's really rough. There's 5 kills to 1 now. We got 16 against 16 in just a few seconds, but not enough. And also the objective has been taken. Ultralisk is moving in an attempt to at least prevent that. This is Chili Mountain just pretty much putting them on checkmate. It's a two-pronged attack. Boss push at the top, objective taken at the same time. You can't go for everything. There's too many things happening right now that they just can't control. But they get the kill against Azerite, and they stop the objective maybe again. Topside boss is going for the keep though. It's not going to be able to go for the core, but the fight is still continuing. 5 kills against 2. They're jumping in deep once again. They set up 7-sided strike. The salvo! And this one hits home. Big damage from Phoenix against Uther. He's down. They go for Breez. Breez! And he dies. Breez is down. Wubby is on the way, but he cannot end the game. The core hasn't taken any damage so far. And we are looking at the continuation of the game, at least for the time being. The big wave at the top is still hitting them though. So they need to somehow stop this one. Bot lane is not going to be a big concern. The 2 keeps are still in play for Chili Mountain. But we are now 16 minutes into this game. And somehow 30k is not dead yet. Oh my god. 5 kills to 4. But they don't have any structures anymore. Hit after hit, they take the wave down, no damage on the core at all. They live to fight another day, but it's gonna be a very difficult battle. Yeah, they're pushing this out a little bit. Muradin is already sitting over here trying to intercept someone. Experience is pretty much dead even. It's all about the camps right now. Ultralisk moves away and they're going for it. 30k has to be aggressive. They can't play the long game. They can't play it anymore. Both of their lanes get pressured by catapults way too aggressively, so they have to make sure that they're going for the move. 7-sided strike coming in big time up at the top. The cap is about to be taken, but Breez is already low, but the kill against Kharazim. Kharazim is down. The salvo with good damage, but not enough to yield a kill. Genji didn't go for his ult there either in the last battle, and now they are down their support again. 6 kills to 4. The entire game they've been on the defensive now. Chili Mountain against 30k. Wubby and Breez, Beastnit at the front line. 52,000 for Cassia. And of course, Garrosh time and time again with these kill opportunities for the team. Zarya at 0. 0 deaths. Wubby hasn't died yet either. And here comes the flank. The speed bubble as they're going for Dino. And they're isolating Murden instead. Run, little dwarf. Run, run, hop. And he's completely put into a corner here. They're trying to somehow save him, but he is going to be real hard pressed to make it out of this one. There's the kill. Murden goes down just as Kharazim is back. 7-sided strike. They need a counter kill, or this is going to be lights out. The top lane is pushing. The bot lane is also pressuring for the core heavily, and this is not looking good for the gay team in red. Nope. Chili Mountain, they are about to make it happen. They're about to close the distance to the rank 4 spot just by a little bit, getting closer to Team Soundless. This is looking like a big win here on Brax's holdout. It would be a 3-2 victory in the best of 5. Ultralisk, he's trying his best to slow them down, but the core is falling, and it's falling quickly. The salvo is not going to change anything. This is victory. Chili Mountain with a 3-2 win against 30k on Brax's holdout here at the Master Slash. GG and well done.